Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru. It is December 19th, 2025. I'm here for my Wordle and Quordle of the day and for Oatmeal Muffin Day. And I made a mistake and recorded this without sound yet again, so I have to narrate everything I did. So I'm going to start with the word fiber because that sounds good for an Oatmeal Muffin Day, right? And we picked up the R, and I kind of want the R in I want to try it in the second spot. But first, let's look at the common letters. We're going to do, I don't know what I'm doing with my cursor over there. But I'm going to do R, and then S-T-L-N, and then the vowels A-O-U, and sometimes Y. Okay, so current Suzy's on track with past Suzy now. Kind of want the R there. That's what I'm talking about. I want the R in the second spot, but then I'm realizing I don't have an E. But I could do the word starn. Now, I can't put the E at the end, but I could still have a T at the end. And I do have a T in the word starn, even if it's not in the same spot. And snart isn't a word. So yeah, it takes out a lot of the things that I want to do. So let's remove these letters, everything except that L. I can't ask for more than that. And then let's try this and see what we get. See if we get the R and any other letters. We try this and yes, we get the R and no other letters. Oh well. So let's put that R in and figure out what could be at the end. And here I'm thinking maybe it's a Y at the end. It could be an L though. Could be an L, could be a Y. Those would be common, maybe even a D. Kind of like the idea of a D. But I need to come up with, if it's a Y, maybe it's a double R. And I'm always conflicted about this. Do I try the double R? Well, I already have one R, so maybe if I just put another R right in the center, that would work. Maybe I'll think of an R there, just to make sure it's not something like Mary, but it can't be Mary because we don't have an E and we don't have an A. So if I try an R there and maybe a Y at the end, that might work well. Okay, come on past, Suzy. Keep up with me. All right, so there we go. It's weird because I already know what happens on all of this. I'm kind of like in the, oh my goodness, I'm in the position you guys are usually in. So I'm trying to think of words that might work. I thought of the word Mary. I wanted to try Murray, but Murray, of course, won't work. And then I thought maybe murky would work. So I know it's got to be an O or a U, and I'm thinking about using the word murky. But I don't really want to because the M and the K aren't very common. I wanted the L and I wanted a D. So I try Lordy. And yay, I've got the other R, and now I'm starting to get confused about the Y. Where does the Y go? Yeah, where does that Y go? Very bizarre. I'm stunned with it. So I'm clearing all of this out. I'm going to put the R where it belongs. And I have to put the Y here, right? And as soon as I do that, I realize I have seen a word very recently spelled like this. I have seen the word myrrh as I was going through those Arabic loan words to English. And I saw the word myrrh as I was researching things and trying to find an image to use. I saw myrrh and I thought, oh, that's cool. Myrrh is an Arabic word. And then I learned it was also a Semitic word as well, a Hebrew word. Or it has its origins there. And so I actually knew how to spell it. I'm then trying to think, well, could it be anything else? Am I correct in the spelling? Not quite sure, but it looks right to me. And I figure, well, if it's not there, then I'll figure something else out. But no, indeed, it was there. It was myrrh. And it was so astounding that I'd just seen the word yesterday. And here I am needing that knowledge. So fun little connection I made there from yesterday to today, which was really helpful because I don't know that I would have known how to spell myrrh otherwise. Maybe I would have. I have seen it written in song lyrics. But anyway, that was fun. So now on to Quordle. And of course, many of you know that I start with 4 standard words. And I put them in, and that gives me 20 unique letters. I'm still talking about how astounded I am about having seen the word myrrh yesterday. I'm never going to get over this, am I? Okay, Suzy, that's enough. All right, so 4 standard words, that'll give me 20 unique letters. And then from that, I think what I'm doing is thinking I should have put in the word murky. Yeah, I do remember regretting not using the word murky and all of the reasons against it. Anyway, I'm going to put in fishy, budge, clown, and tramp. And from that, I hope to get a lot of green and yellow. And even if I don't, I still have 5 opportunities to pick out the 4 words that we need to complete this puzzle. So I do fishy, of course I make a mistake, budge, clown, tramp, right away I see flash, not a problem. I know it has to be flash, that one's done. That gives me, I've got FL here. I only have 3 other letters. FLIER, that works. I see this and I think, I'm just looking at it as a group, and I see the word moral. So I go to put in moral. I guess it took me longer. And I see that the M could work there, the O could work there, the R could work there, the A could work there, except no, because the R goes there. And so, no, can't put the R there, have to switch things around. And then I see molar. Okay, so now we have molar, and I have to double check to make sure everything works. The L can go there, the A can go there. So that should be it, and that gives me the M-O. And I was just working with molar, and I thought it was motor, and I didn't even notice there was no R. So I'm like, T-O-R. Now, I looked to see if we could use the R, and the reason I didn't catch it, even though it's not on the word, is because it's in gray. I'm used to looking to see if there's any yellow R's. I didn't realize that I had just borrowed it from the last word. So a little frustrated with myself, but I didn't actually beat myself up on this one like I usually do. I knew why I did it. I pulled it from the other word, and I realized right away after I got the MOT that it was going to be motto. So not really too much of an issue because I was able to get it done. And that is it for me. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As always, thank you so much for watching and just putting up with my crazy antics. Bye-bye.